Now, it is also my honor to introduce your student speaker, Meg Perry. Meg, I tried. I don't think I can compete with that. Now, Meg is a local girl, having grown up down the road in Raleigh. She holds a Bachelor of Arts in Biology from Swarthmore College and has made forays into ecology, turtle conservation, land conservation, organic farming, and teaching ninth grade science. She was inspired to return to the school for an MEM by her experience working in community-based conservation in rural Malaysia. At the Nicholas School, she has focused her studies on rivers and the human systems that surround them. Her MP was on backcasting long-term water supply scenarios for the Cape Fear River under the direction of Martin Doyle. I have no idea what that means, but it sounds incredibly impressive. She has recently accepted a position in Washington, D.C. as an associate at Resolve, where she will be helping facilitate the collaborative processes related to the recovery of endangered species in the Missouri River. Again, I have no idea what that means, but it sounds even more impressive. And without further ado, your student speaker, Meg Perry.
Good morning. Those of us wearing dresses really wish that these gowns had pockets, but it turns out you can fit a lot in these bat flaps. I'm so happy to see all of you here this morning and deeply honored to have been asked by my classmates to talk to you. In 1971, when a young man named John Francis witnessed an oil spill in California, it affected him so much that he decided to stop riding in all motorized vehicles. After a few months, realizing that he needed to demonstrate rather than explain his conviction, he also took a vow of silence, and for the next 17 years, he did not speak aloud. During that time, he walked to Oregon, where he earned a bachelor's degree without talking. Then he walked to Montana, where he got a master's degree, also without talking. He continued walking all the way to Wisconsin, where as a doctoral student, he became one of the first experts on oil spills, just at the time when Exxon Valdez happened, whereupon he walked to Washington, D.C. to begin speaking for the environment. When he finally broke his silence to his gathered friends and family, it was with these words: "Thank you for being here." I have to imagine that after that many years of listening without speaking and walking from place to place, Dr. John Francis had a very deep and personal understanding of what it meant to say those words. Thank you for being here. Following in his footsteps, I begin with gratitude. On behalf of my fellow graduates, I offer our thanks to the staff, faculty, family members, friends, and fellow students who have enriched our lives and work at the Nicholas School. We are deeply grateful for all that you do to support us. Thank you. Fellow graduates, I sincerely hope, for your parents' sake, that your dedication to the environment has not prevented you from speaking over the past few years. But as we all know, there's a lot to be speechless about in the world. Bad things are happening for the earth, for humanity, and as we've each found out, being a student of all that can be pretty tough, intellectually and personally. But what saves us, what gives me faith in us, is that we are each at some level very determined optimists. We can sit through years of learning what essentially amounts to the planet is toast. The planet is toasting to death because the toaster is broken and humanity broke it. And instead of giving up, instead of flying into a rage, we say, all's not lost. I can help. Pick me. I want to help make this better. And now we really can. Over here, we've got somebody who's mapping out which parts of the toast are most burnt so we can prioritize where to apply the butter. And back there, we've got somebody who's read the entire user's manual and is going to check the wiring. And these folks over here are analyzing toaster production process to prevent this from happening in the future. And the folks in the back there are evaluating the programs governing the toaster to try to find ways to improve them. The planet might be toast, but it's our toast, and we love toast, and we want to help. Yet helping is a complicated task. Some of us may have come into this whole thing a bit idealistic about changing the world. I won't ask for a show of hands on that. We know who we are. But if we didn't know it from day one at this school, we certainly know it now. That to engage in environmental work is to wrestle with a world of paradox. We are human, and we make a lot of messes. We're animals, and we use nature to survive. There's no escape from our intricate interdependence with the planet. For all of us, humans who love the earth, it can be easy to get cynical and hard to know exactly what to hope for. That's a lot to be speechless about. So where does that leave us? Newly empowered and knowledgeable helpers and our teachers and loved ones together in a parking lot, wondering what's next? I believe that it leaves just that, us, here. And I'm excited and hopeful because I believe that this business of paradox wrestling is less complicated than we might think. The wrestling begins with gratitude. Gratitude for the fantastical wonders that are with you at every moment. The universe that holds you, the land and water that sustain you, the living things that live and grow beside and inside you. Start with gratitude for all that you love. And then be you. Whatever you know how to do it, and do it well. And do it with all that you are. Your knowledge, your skills, your body, your convictions, your stories, your sense of humor. Bring your whole imperfect, creaturely self to this work. You are needed exactly as you are. And finally, be here, wherever you are, whether that's up to your hips in a wetland, or up to your ears in code, or gophering for a politician in the Capitol, or here, today, in this place. Inhabit it, learn from it, love it, help it to flourish. Each and every place matters. For me, it has been a privilege and a joy to work with you and to learn with you over the past 2 years. And I look forward to continuing these relationships as we move on to new places and new challenges. For now, it's enough to say with Dr. John Francis, thank you for being here.